right, another day. And yeah, it looks like, although we have the RD agent bin factor thing sorted, it seems, I'm just saying here that it seems like, I'm going to show you here. It seems like this is something that should be happening automatically in a workflow or a pipeline or something, right? So, Claude says, yes, you're absolutely right. This data conversion and setup process should be automated. This seems to be a gap in RD Agent's workflow. The process should ideally be install RD Agent, run command to set up that environment, start using features like FinFactor. Instead, we had to find where Qlib stores data, figure out how to convert it, manually place it in RD Agent's directory. This could be improved by adding a data setup command like RD Agent setup data, or having RD Agent automatically detect if data files are missing. Convert from Qlib format, place it in correct directories. Would you like to create a script to automate this process? So I think that's what we need to do next, to be able to work with other data and stuff. Maybe maybe it is supposed to do that, and I didn't download the right stuff, or maybe that it isn't updated correctly, or maybe they just left it that way so that you can do that part yourself, because if it's your own data you're using, something like that. I don't know. However, it took me that long to find it out because there's absolutely no mention of it in the documentation whatsoever. So anyway, and if you want to know, you can go to the last video, how to use the function FinFactor in RD Agent, and then that's it. The other thing is, like, that just shows that there's not much communication between, even though it was RD Agent that set up Qlib image in the Docker initially, doesn't seem to be any communication really between Qlib and Docker yet, although we might try some things that try and do that, because we're manually just copying data over for the way RD Agent wants it and running RD Agent all from RD Agent files. And it's not going over to Qlib at all for anything. So, in that case, you might as well just run them both separately then. What's the point in having it set up in the Docker container in a workflow folder, whatever the way RD Agent has it? I don't know. Maybe there's no point to it until we can get them working together. So we might try and create the script for that. Might be the next goal, to automate the process. Or we might just try to force them to communicate and see what way they are communicating together. Let's see which way this goes. Okay, I tried doing it with the other one here. I'm actually using Klein with Deepseek R1, which some people are calling it AGI. But unfortunately, it ran out of tokens to kind of read the output of what it's doing. But it was running RD Agent model 1. And I don't know if it's because I asked the questions, or is it, I don't think it can actually watch the whole output though. That's the problem, unfortunately. Either it runs out of tokens, or I'm not too sure. Maybe it's possible to get it working, but yeah, just try it. Thought I'd try it there. There's a way to use Deepseek R1 with Klein there, if you search it, and that's kind of interesting. I might do more with that. I might let this model train anyway and see what it comes out with. It's doing the different epochs there, epoch 9 training. And I think what it does is it selects one part for the training and another part for the back testing or something. So this might let us see if it's communicating with Qlib a bit as well. So why not continue with this one first before automating the process? Because if we were to automate the process in RD Agent, I actually have to I think I have to get a developer version of it, which I think you type in DEV to access that, and then, well, I suppose if it works, I can put in a pull request for it, because obviously I think it's needed. If it's not, unless I just didn't download it right or something. But yeah, if I get that working, I can put in a pull request for so people can actually get this working then, because it certainly wasn't working for me as is anyway. Yeah, I think it's doing an LSTM model now. If it's doing it on the daily data, then it's probably not going to do too well, because I believe they don't do too well on the daily bars or whatever. No, it's funny. It's funny though, asking an agent to start an agent, But I did say, I just said have a look at already agent, and it found it, and then it said it wanted to start this particular thing because I gave it the documentation as well. I'm not sure how it. I just told it to look where the PDF was, but I'm not sure how it read it. But I think it seemed to read the PDF as well, the documentation. So maybe I'll talk to the R1 model about the actual documentation. Okay, so I just stopped the model thing for a minute. I thought it needed to have access to the thing, but anyway, I did have a look at the documentation here. So this is Deepseek R1, and it's saying says a couple of things about how it's good and how it's not good. And then it says a suggested tutorial here, Fin Agent project. Alpha used at 158 and back test. That could be something worth doing. Okay, this is kind of interesting. It was trying to change a lot of things, and I was just telling it, you don't need to do any of that. I have it running. So while I have it running on this Klein or Deepseek R1, so which kind of says up there that it's Qlib, but I think that's a misprint. I don't know. It's definitely Deepseek anyway. So that's already agent running, and then it's just checking on its running here, and it's commenting on what it's doing, which is interesting. So Klein got get process. It says I see the Python as process running, which is that. It says monitoring its progress. Well, you can see this here. Based on the log, I can confirm the FinFactor process is actively running. Workflow stage, dataset configuration, CSI 300 index, model setup, LGB model, light GBM model, and temporal data splits 2008 to 2020 backtesting period. Current task processing alpha 158 plus factor set with train 2008 2014, validate 2015 2016, and test 2017 to 2020. System status, the Python process remains active with stable memory usage. And so it's just looking at the logs while it's running this. So this is a good way to run RD agent, to have the other agent looking at what that agent is doing, I guess. What exactly we can do with that, it's probably limitless, but my brain can't think of much at the moment. But it's probably a lot of things we can do. It's pretty amazing. Right, so I'll let it run for a while. Let's say what stage it's at later on, because it's going to do a back test and everything, right? So this might actually take a while. So I might actually let it run this time, because before I've been, we probably should have a smaller pool, because the CSI 300 is, well, it's 300 stocks, isn't it? So it has to go through everything on like 300 stocks. That's going to take forever. We should probably, like, this could take days maybe. I suppose that's why people use the supercomputers online and stuff. So we may not get to the end of this one unless we make a smaller pool. I'll say it to R1 here and see what it thinks. All right, so I just said since it's on the CSI 300 index, this could probably take a very long time, as in maybe days. What estimate do you give considering the pace so far? So I'll probably check the logs. Give me an answer. Daisy, Daisy. Right, so here we go. Here's some sort of an answer. Time range 12.5 years. Or no, it's just telling me. Okay, optimistic 40 to 60 minutes remaining. Pessimistic 2 to 3 hours. Likely 1.5 to 2 hours remaining. All right, well, I'll try that then. What time is it now? So I have stuff to do anyway. So Klein wants to run this command. No, you don't need to. It wants to run the command adjust Qlib workers to 8. So give it more workers in Qlib. So it is actually using Qlib then. That's I thought it wasn't. So if I shut down the Docker now, it wouldn't work then, right? Because I thought it wasn't using Qlib now. I suppose I could ask the agent that as well. I don't want it to interrupt what it's doing, so if it runs that command, and I don't know if I can run a command while that's running. I suppose it could. I just kind of don't want to interrupt it now. So should I run that command and give it more workers? What the hell? If it stops it, it stops it. See what it does. So it opens up more. It has problems with commands though. This sometimes. See from or the agent utils performance import adjust lib. I'm skeptical about letting it run this command, but it says, would you like me to optimize the process? We could run this command. Honestly, I'm not sure that's a good idea. I'd rather kind of get a result, but I'm very tempted. Okay, let's run the command. I know this is not going to work though. So, right, so it's opened a new terminal. It's trying to run the Conda environment. No, see, error. And now now the agent is going to try and it's going to end up opening the wrong one or something because I have a couple of copies around. Based on the current here's a refined estimate. 80% complete on data processing. Model training not started. That will take about an hour. So it's doing data processing now, and it's trying to give it more workers in Qlib. I mean, good luck to it with that, you know. It's getting all these errors. You see what the agent is trying to do now? It's fascinating to watch because I know what it should be doing to get what it needs to do, and it's not doing it. Although this looks quite different. And I think it just opened another terminal. Get content, scenario. Client executed another command. Confirming fin factors running. Memory pressure high. Revised time estimate. It's still another 2 hours or something. So yeah, 2.5 to 3.5 hours. Yeah. Does that mean that it was successful in getting more workers on it though? Conda run from agent UT. Client executed this command. 4 more workers adjusted in Qlib. So that was, wow, was that successful? No, not there. No, it wasn't successful. So, oh, that would have been something that actually worked. I don't think that actually worked. All right, well, let's come back in a few hours and see what happened. You might as well look at the output. Keep on the output here. And, all right, for you it'll be just a moment, but for me it'll be hours. So let's see what happens. All right, something seems to have happened. There's been an error. Now, it may have to do with the Wi-Fi because my daughter kind of was messing. So what did it say? Client wants to execute this command. I don't know. I want to see what happened. The Python package installation appears incomplete. The Python package. Anyway, something went wrong with this. First, let's safely terminate. I don't know if this is. I don't know if this is thinking about the same thing. I don't know if this is talking about the same thing that I'm talking about. You know the way sometimes AI forgets and it thinks you're talking about something else. I think I have to remind it. Maybe I'll just copy paste. Okay, it could be something with OpenAI. I may have run out of tokens or something like that in OpenAI. I'll go and check that now. That's possible, or just the internet was interrupted. Oh, it says memory constraint, 91.8 system RAM usage causing timeouts. So that could have been mostly it. And the connectivity issues, I think, was probably just an accident that happened here in the house. So, party agent components failed. Yeah, that was the output. I think we're going to call that a video. All right, so that's it for today then. More next time. Thanks for watching. So more next time here on Scooby Doo.